Welcome to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. A big event, several years in the making, took place in Cleveland's Fairfax neighborhood with the opening of the new Meijer Fairfax Market.
3, 2, 1, cut that ribbon.
Thank you everyone again, and let's go shopping.
Cleveland City Council President and Ward 6 Councilman Blaine Griffin was instrumental in helping to bring the market to the Fairfax neighborhood.
It's an exciting day for the neighborhood. A lot of partnership, a lot of alignment, a lot of collaboration, and a lot of sacrifice. We had two lovely young ladies that sacrificed their homes that they've lived in for 67 and 70 years to make way for this. But then you also had great partnership with Cleveland Clinic, great partnership with First Interstate, Fairfax Renaissance Development. So many people really worked hard to make this happen today, and it's all for the residents of this neighborhood.
Council President Griffin called the market a boost to the community in more ways than one.
It meets what I call the triple bottom line. It deals with a social impact, it has an environmental impact because it deals with impacting hunger and the food desert, and then it also deals with economic development. You see a lot of people here working, you see property values going up. So this is such a boost to the neighborhood, and we're so excited.
Fairfax Market Store Director Alan Jordan says having the backing of entities like Cleveland City Council and the Cleveland Clinic was crucial to getting this project off the ground.
City Council and Cleveland Clinic have been amazing partners, both staples and fixtures in the community in Cleveland, and to have their support in helping open this Fairfax Market to service this amazing community, it's just been an amazing experience and incredibly rewarding to have their support and assistance in doing this.
As for the market itself, Jordan says shoppers will love what they find when they enter the store.
You're going to find fresh, local, and value everywhere you look. We have an amazing assortment of local vendors, well over 150 with over 2,000 local items across the entire store, as well as our national brand, as well as our Meijer brand products. You also find world-class customer service where we take care of our customers because that's what we're here for. At the end of the day, we can have the best products, the best assortment and pricing, but if we don't take care of our customers, it's all for nothing.
Fairfax resident Elizabeth Berry checked out the new market with her daughter, Camille Maxwell. They said they love the store and the abundance of products that are made locally.
Well, that's the beauty of it. It's so close. And I usually have to go up the hill to Cleveland Heights to a larger grocery store. And so this is going to be great.
We've seen the women-owned businesses, which we're 150% supportive of, and that is made locally. So when we were walking through the aisles, we were like looking at, so we kind of get an ideal of what you actually have. So it's amazing for that support. And I also think that it's great to give a platform to women businesses to have a foundation in Cleveland. But Cleveland is very entrepreneurs supportive, so I think it's awesome.
It was a great day at the grand opening of the market at Fairfax, but it was made even better when Meijer presented a check for $15,000 to the Fairfax Recreation Center. Center Manager Ryan Allen said the money can easily be put to good use.
I'm definitely excited about the donation here from Fairfax Market. It's definitely going to help out a lot. $15,000 donation. Originally they told us $10,000, so they actually gave us some extra, which is a good thing. Some of the things I can think of on the top of my head, maybe to support more equipment for our boxing program, our weight room, just some stuff we need for our kids and our seniors to help out with, our sports programs, our senior programs.
The Meijer Fairfax Market is now open for business. You can find it at East 105th Street and Cedar, just off the Opportunity Corridor. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine and Lieutenant Governor Jon Husted joined Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb, Cleveland City Council President Blaine Griffin, and DigitalC CEO Joshua Edmonds to announce a historic investment in a large-scale broadband expansion project to make high-speed, dependable internet more accessible and affordable for the entire city of Cleveland.
The Ohio Department of Development's Broadband Ohio is partnering with the City of Cleveland and Cleveland-based nonprofit DigitalC to create a broadband network that will offer high-speed, low-cost internet service across Cleveland.
We all know that having access to the internet is absolutely vital today. Absolutely necessary for living and thriving in today's world. But unfortunately, we all know that reliable, low-cost connections are lacking in many communities throughout the state. and including Cleveland. That's why about 4 years ago, Lieutenant Governor Husted and I made an announcement. We announced the creation of what we called Broadband Ohio, which is really an office within the Ohio Department of Development that is dedicated to improving access to high-speed internet throughout the state of Ohio. Today we're announcing that plans to significantly expand high-speed wireless internet in Cleveland are officially moving forward with the build-out of a low-cost, dependable, citywide broadband network, all starting next month.
We've been investing across the state of Ohio. So far, thanks to the General Assembly's support, we've been able to leverage $250 million in public funds and another $250 million in private funds to expand internet, high-speed internet services around the state. A lot of that has been in Appalachia. And they have a particularly difficult problem there. But so do cities, because the economics a lot of times does not work for both the infrastructure, but also the affordability side, which if you have the infrastructure without the affordability, you haven't really solved the problem for a lot of people. And I have been saying this since the beginning, and it's even more true every day, is that you cannot participate in the modern economy, education, or healthcare systems without access to high-speed internet. It's just not possible. It creates a divide of opportunity.
DigitalC plans to officially break ground on the citywide broadband expansion project this month and is aiming for the entirety of Cleveland's 170,000 households to have access to low-cost broadband by the middle of next year.
There's a lot of great benefits to this investment. First and foremost, the speed that residents will have access to now is 7 times faster than the speed that Netflix recommends. So I know a lot of our residents are excited about that. I see he's clapping already about it. But it also is going to allow folks to have access to reliable, affordable internet. And as we saw during the pandemic, when many of our scholars were going to a McDonald's parking lot to do their homework, or going to a bus stop to download their homework through the pandemic, that is not acceptable in Cleveland or anywhere in our country. And so it's so important that we had a strategy to make sure that every resident had access to affordable internet.
You know, we're past the days when internet is viewed as a luxury. It's a necessity for day-to-day life. Our families, as you heard all of the previous speakers before me, and our loved ones need it to work from home, for virtual learning for young people. We know that the workforce is heavily reliant upon the internet and the Internet of Things. And then we mentioned about healthcare, where we have the largest employer and the premier healthcare institution in the world with the Cleveland Clinic and University Hospitals and Metro and others that do a great job, that need that access to their patients that are in their homes. But then also some of just the small things. I know the mayor mentioned somewhat about entertainment, but a lot of people use this service just to worship on Sunday morning or Wednesday afternoon. So it is a way of life to have this now.
In addition to providing low-cost internet service, DigitalC will also work to encourage Cleveland residents to adopt and use broadband by offering basic coaching and digital literacy training.
50,000 residents and households will be able to take advantage of our digital skilling and our digital training. And so as you are looking at this stuff, this isn't just a few households. We're doing this at scale because we're committed to that, because this moment requires us to do that. Anything short of that, well, we're not bridging the digital divide. We're bridging a divide, but that is not the digital divide that needs to be bridged. Anything short of that. If there is one household, by the time this is all said and done, that is still unconnected or underconnected, we have a responsibility to figuring out a way to connect those households. And I know with everybody in this room that that's what we're going to do.
For TV20, this is Alex Picterna.
Cleveland Municipal Courts welcomed their newest judge to the bench with a swearing-in ceremony. Here's TV20's Alex Picterna with the story.
Former Cleveland City Council member Jeff Johnson was sworn in as judge of Cleveland Municipal Court, taking the place of retiring Judge Michael Nelson Sr. Local Democratic leaders took to the podium to welcome the newest member of the bench before Judge Johnson delivered his first address as judge, thanking all those that got him to where he is today.
They loved him in Glenville, of course. They loved him in Collinwood, of course. But they loved him in Midtown. They loved him in Ohio City. They loved him in Cudell. They loved him in Old Brooklyn. They loved him in Kinsman. They loved him around town. He probably spent more time entertaining organizations and people of all different faiths and all different backgrounds in this very hall than anybody else in our administration. He brought the community in to City Hall.
Your election to Cleveland Municipal Court validates that voters of Cleveland remembered and appreciated the work you did as a two-term elected councilman and your work as a state senator of the 21st District. I met many voters who remembered your work as a public servant all these years. I wish you well and success on this new journey.
Ohio Supreme Court, led by the late, great Tom Moyer, who I served with on the Sentencing Commission, who we got to know each other, unanimous decision that despite the recommendation, they gave me my law license back. And that too set me on this trajectory. So I do want to acknowledge Tom Moyer and the Supreme Court. So those are the kind of things that happen. We all have challenges. We all have issues that we have to overcome. My job now is use my life experiences, my second chance, and wear this black robe in the courtroom and help others get a second chance. I recognize that, and I intend to do that.
For TV20, this is Alex Picterna.
Thanks, Alex. To celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day, TV20's Errol Porter took off across Cleveland to the many events honoring the legacy of the civil rights leader. To start, he joined the youth of Students of Promise for their day of service.
Sponsored by organizations like Cuyahoga County and United States Department of Education, Students of Promise is an initiative to close the achievement gap in inner city youth socially, emotionally, and academically. On MLK Day, the students took the time to clean up a local bowling alley that they have their meetings at, while also learning the important message of service that Dr. King taught.
We use this for family engagement. We do this for family night. We do workshops, professional development. So it just seemed appropriate on our day of service to come and serve a facility that usually serves us throughout the school year. I think there's nothing more necessary than to give back. Dr. King gave his life. Dr. King's legacy represents why we are here today, why we have the freedom to assembly as we do. And in so many ways, this is just a microcosm of giving back, and it's a National Day of Service. So it's just our way of introducing this concept to our youth, our future, to say that service to community, he called it the beloved community, so this is just our example of that.
To celebrate the day as well, a resident of Cleveland who walked with Dr. King, Julia Bell Rogers, joined to talk with the students.
Can't nobody make me think that because of my color, my skin, that I'm nobody. I am somebody. And I know he said we are children of God. We all belong to God. So at the time I was just doing what I felt I had to do.
We had an outstanding time celebrating Martin Luther King Day with the Children of Promise. Now we're here at the Severance Music Center for more. Every year, the Severance Music Center hosts a yearly tribute concert in honor of the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., featuring a wide variety of ensemble performances. In the 40 years they've been commemorating Dr. King, it is a hope that all walks of life can benefit from the opportunities provided by the Severance Music Center.
Oh, it's a wonderful event we have going on today. The Cleveland Orchestra, we've been celebrating the life and legacy of Dr. King for more than 40 years here at Severance Music Center, and this is our Day of Music open house, which we've been doing for several years, and we're really utilizing the space throughout the hall. There's concerts happening in various venues throughout, so we're really focused here at the Cleveland Orchestra on making Severance Music Center a music center for the community, and that means people from all different types of life, different types of background, being welcome here and being able to perform here, experience music here. And we really feel like music is a great unifier. Music is a universal language. It's something that we can all relate to and has helped us all throughout different stages of our lives. And I think that's part of like the universal human experience that's so important to Dr. King's message and legacy.
One of the groups that performed was the Cleveland Orchestra's Youth Chorus. I spoke with a few young members of the choir to talk about the lasting impacts of diversity and inclusion that Dr. King fought for.
I think we have a really diverse choir, and I think that's one of our things that we try to develop is continuing to grow diversely and reach diverse communities with our music. We want a future where everyone is supported and has access to the resources they need and is treated equally. In the youth chorus, we are now tuition free, so anyone who auditions and gets in will be able to be in the chorus no matter what their financial need is, which I think is really awesome.
Residents who attended the performances were especially touched to see a world-renowned organization like the Cleveland Orchestra pay tribute to Dr. MLK.
It's a wonderful way to reflect on where we've come from and where we hope to go. The Cleveland Orchestra is known worldwide. It has a wonderful reputation, and this celebration is particularly special for us as residents of our beloved city.
The last leg of our MLK event tour brings us to the beautiful Cleveland Art Museum right here in University Circle. Usually closed on Mondays, the Cleveland Museum of Art opened their doors for the public to come and enjoy a wealth of activities in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
First and foremost, we are so excited that families come out here to celebrate each other, celebrate some time to just spend together here in this beautiful art museum. But yeah, all of our activities are geared towards the reflection and celebration of MLK's sentiments and his thoughts.
But I think one of the great things about the art museum is that we can bring people from all walks of life together to come and celebrate and learn from each other. So yeah, I think that, you know, MLK, this is an MLK Day celebration, but it's something that we should celebrate year long and continue to strive for just a better tomorrow.
Some activities for the day included hands-on arts and crafts for all ages, a special kids corner, and a poetry table, which enabled attendees to express their thoughts and feelings about the day's celebration.
We are with Lake Erie Inc., a youth writing center, so we do writing programs all over the city of Cleveland, sometimes beyond that. And today we're doing a writing table, having people write different forms of poetry. We have haikus, we have cinquains, we have acrostic poems. We have concrete poems, which are poems that like take a shape. I wrote a poem in the shape of a peace sign. And we're just trying to get people to express themselves artistically, or if they don't want to write something, or if they're too young to write something, we want them to be able to draw something or just express how this day makes them feel, how they want to make a change, make a big impact, or how Martin's message made an impact on them.
The City of Cleveland TV20 would like to honor Dr. King by asking you to love one another, serve one another, and respect one another. I'm Errol Porter. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Errol. The City of Cleveland recently opened the doors of City Hall to invite the residents of Northeast Ohio for a City of Cleveland job fair. Here's TV20's Alex McTurna with the story.
With nearly 700 individuals registered in advance, the goal of the job fair was to fill vacant positions in the City of Cleveland workforce from top to bottom.
So this event is unique because it's kind of the first for the city, where we have all of our departments represented, and every department that's hiring is here today. So today is awesome because candidates and job seekers have the ability to go over here and apply directly online. They have the ability to be interviewed, and with hopes and our fingers crossed that they'll be hired on the spot. So we have Public Works, we have Public Utilities, we have the Department of Aging, we have the Mayor's Office of Preventative Intervention over there. A majority of all of our departments are here today. As talent is is here, right? We don't need to go outside of the city limits to find talent because we have great talent here, and it is our goal to retain that great talent and bring it here. There isn't any robots, right? So I like to tell job seekers, you become your own robot. The great thing about the city of Cleveland is we have positions for everyone. The unique thing about the city of Cleveland is we have positions where you don't have to have a high school diploma or a GED. We have work for you. So if you have no experience to executive experience, we have a spot and a position for you.
Residents of all ages and skill levels were at the hiring event, from people looking to rejoin the workforce to young adults fresh out of college, such as Sierra, who hopes to give back to her community.
I'm excited to give everyone a chance and speak a little bit with everyone. I graduated with criminology and women and gender studies, so something in the law or social services area would be one of my interests. I've worked in the Rocky River Municipal Courthouse before, so I think that I'm a great candidate for these jobs, so I don't have anything to worry about. Being a part of my city and helping those in the community, that is my number one goal, is to help those who are living around me.
For TV20, this is Alex Victorna.
Thanks, Alex. Finally, a special art exhibit was hosted at Fleet Library, displaying works from senior artists from the Stella Walsh Rec Center. Here's TV20's Alex Victorna with more.
With funding provided by the Cuyahoga Board of Developmental Disabilities and instructors from the Broadway School of Music and the Arts, Stella Walsh Rec Center hosted a 9-week course specifically geared towards adults with disabilities for them to hone their art skills and produce a piece for the art show.
The experience of working together in a community, using creativity and being affirmed and for their talents and identify their talents. A lot of times we sometimes overlook the gifts of people that are right in front of us. Our teaching artist Christine has a very special gift of having people bring out the best that they have to offer, encouraging art as an expression of who they are. Especially this is helpful when they may have some limitations to self-expression, either with their own vocal abilities or other physical abilities.
I spoke with some local residents who took part in the art class to hear their thoughts and feedback. While the class was designed for adults with disabilities, residents of all abilities were allowed to take part in the program.
When we first started this program, I didn't really participate. I didn't do well in art when I was in school as a young lad. But when we got into the program as an adult, I found things about myself that were very rewarding to myself with my artwork and my creativity. And that's a good thing about this program. It brings out your creativity and things that you didn't think you could do. And beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So a lot of what I did that I didn't think was very good. But as a child, I used to go to art museum. Some of the art that's in there, you're like, how did this get in here? But it's art. And that's what you have to understand about art. Art is the beauty in the eyes of the beholder. It shows a little bit of you and your creativity. So that's what I like about this program.
They should come out, you know what I'm saying, to interact, with other people, different cultures and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So you can get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's helped me a lot because I was in the house, you know what I'm saying, and my cousin, she been coming for a long time. And she told me about it. So I said, I'll try to give it a try. And I started coming regular and things like that, and I started liking it. So far I love the program. I like going on little trips and things like that. We do all kind of stuff. It helps your mind, you know what I'm saying? So you won't be at home getting bored, because I'm single, I live alone, and I love it. It gives me something to do and getting to know other people, you know what I'm saying? And I like the program, it's nice.
For TV20, this is Alex Victorna.
Thanks again, Alex. And you can watch TV20 wherever you go by hitting up our live stream on our website at TV20Cleveland.com. We are constantly uploading new content on our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. You can also connect with TV20 Cleveland on your favorite social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and X. Thanks for watching TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Be sure to stay tuned for more on TV20. We are Cleveland.